going to be about is it's truly just kind of going over everything, celebrating you, going through, the accomplishments, everything you've learned. It's time to reflect, plan the future, and just kind of go over everything, kind of retention, right? So this is pretty much what we're going to do today. The biggest portion really is celebration and then planning for the future. We will go over some of the retention really quickly, but it won't take too long. And with this few of you on the call as we have, we may only be 30 minutes or so. So just, I know you guys are busy and Monday and all of that. So it may not be an hour call. So we'll see as we get into it. Like I said, you never know. It could be longer. So we've covered a lot, right? Definitely in the last 12 weeks. There's been a lot of content. We worked on every single one of these topics, right, on the right-hand side. We've gone through our kickoff, our heart, our belief. We've done conversational selling and continued to reference back to that in many of the other modules. We went through goal setting, which everybody really, really hated, but also really loved, right? Everybody liked it, but they also hated it at the same time, all those numbers. We in-depth took a look at planning and your schedule, your calendar, analyzing the business, right? And then coaching, so working with your team, incorporating some of these modules with them, asking them for permission. And then we just finished up working the plan, so bringing it all together, right? And really looking back at those goals we set and then seeing, do we need to reevaluate those for the future, keep them the same, challenge ourselves. We just did all of that on Friday, right? So now we're in the wrap up. So today's our last call. Well, right? It's bittersweet. But, we've all, I hope, learned from each other, have fed off of each other, have heard wonderful stories from one another, and continue to keep this relationship going that you've had with each other. So now what'd you say?
I'm sorry, nothing.
Oh, okay. So let's go through some retention really quick and see if we remember. Oh, no. Right? So we're going to have some fun, review what we've learned over these last 12 weeks. So who can tell me what RICH stands for? Does anybody remember? Was that very first module in the kickoff? It was the one that had the heart in the middle and then all the circles around it. Who wants to take a stab at it? It was in your reference guide for the first module. Everybody put themselves on mute. So I just hear myself. Nobody remembers what RICH stands for? Who thinks they know what the R is for? Remember
Jessica.
Yes.
This is Tommy. Good afternoon.
Hi, Tommy. How are you?
Relationships.
Good job.
Interactions. Competence. Heart.
Great job, Tommy. So Tommy remembers, absolutely. So remember this. What'd you say?
Actually, I cheated.
That's okay. You guys can cheat. You can look at your materials. So you can always, absolutely, I can't remember all this stuff. I need to look back at it too, right? So it's fantastic. But this was about getting to know the belief, getting to know the heart, inspiring, being real, relatable, reliable, that whole entire first module. So we're going to look at each module as we go along. So I have a feeling Jackie and Tommy might know a lot of the answers because they might have all their materials out. Good. So do we remember, my slides are not advancing for you. There we go. Do we remember what the steps are in GROW? So there's G, R, O, and W. And if you've been to the workshops, you've probably seen this too, because we go over it pretty extensively in all the workshops. I hear you flipping through the pages. Jackie or Tommy, one of you.
That would be me. I don't remember. I kind of remember.
This one's a little bit harder because it's not just a one-word answer. It's actually like a sentence for each one.
I know G stands for get to know the person.
Good job. Yep. Great job. So let's put it up there. Get to know the person and their needs, recommending the right solution, offering relatable stories that demonstrate your belief, and then working to establish next steps. So this is what we went over in conversational selling. That's why it really is kind of hard, but you utilize this also going through in other modules too. So we did this a lot. We just maybe didn't refer back to grow as much. So nobody knew this was a test today, right?
No.
So does everybody remember, and you may remember this because you might be looking at it for this next application guide as well. So what are the 4 major success competencies? Do we remember? It's that triangle. Remember, like the first one, it had all those different lists and you had to X out which ones you felt were more challenging, but they were in 4 different categories.
Was it plan, lead, sell, and manage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great job. Woohoo. Excellent. And remember, sell is products and opportunities. So that plan, sell, manage all puts products and opportunities into that, but mostly that sell piece. Very good. Yeah. So that's where we're looking at where we were spending most of our time, things like that. So we went through this a lot in planning and also in the kickoff. And then you're also going to go back through it to reflect when you go through this application guide for this one. So you are going to look at it again. Very good. So what is the most important skill in coaching and selling?
Listening.
Listening with, you got half of it. Listening with, don't want to give you the answer.
Open-ended questions.
Fantastic. So yes, listening with questions and just remembering those good open-ended ones, right? Like Jackie said, I know a lot of you said you're still working on that. That's something that you're really trying to get better at and practicing. So remember how it can make somebody feel, right? When you're really listening with intent and you're asking those good open-ended questions, it really helps a customer or a coachee feel valued and heard, right? Very good, guys. Hi, Ada. Great. Thanks for joining. So the next is going to be the letters in SMART. And remember, in goal setting, we went over your SMART goals very, very intently. So does anybody remember the S?
Specific.
Yes. What about the M? It's a harder one.
Measurable.
Yes, great job. A?
Attainable.
Wonderful. R?
Attainable.
Good job.
Relevant.
Yep. And what's the T? My favorite one.
Time bound.
Yeah.
Time-bound.
Great job, everybody. Yep, I heard a lot of you chiming in on all of those. So great. Time bound is my favorite because, I think you can be specific and you can make them attainable, but when are you going to do them, right? When is it going to happen? And you hear me ask that question a lot. So that was really fantastic. You guys retained a lot of information. And if you didn't remember it and you have those reference guides in front of you, that's what those are for, right? Looking back at those, reflecting on the last 12 weeks and then implementing that into your business and into your coaching conversations now with your team. So does everybody have their application guide out? And if you don't, it's okay. But I want to go through it. It's very, very easy. I just don't want anybody to have any questions on it. The first 4 questions are really going to be about reflecting on the program, what you're going to do with it going forward, how it's impacted the business, how you're achieving your goals, that kind of thing. The second portion of that first page is exactly what we just went through, that plan, sell, manage, and lead, the competencies, right? So I don't know if you guys remember, you're going to have to take out your kickoff application guide, take that out, and see where you were in goal setting. You were either challenged, inconsistent, or consistent. And remember, you made a little X. So now you can put in the beginning of the program, and all you have to do is put C for consistent, I for inconsistent, and CH for challenged. So you don't have to write the whole thing in there. So what did your kickoff application guide say you were at the beginning? And how do you feel today about goal setting? So you may have been challenged in the beginning of the program, and now you may feel a little bit more inconsistent, or you may feel really consistent. It might have helped you so that you feel like you're good to go. You can do goal setting like a champ now. You're a pro, right? So it's just reflecting back on the past. You still may feel challenged in some of these areas, and that's okay. When I look at this, I'm going to look back at it. And if I see you still feel challenged and you want that ongoing coaching relationship with me, then that's where we're going to focus our time. Okay, make sense?
Yes.
So the code is C for consistent, I for inconsistent, CH for challenged. Okay? It's not on there anywhere. It's just because in the past, everybody's like, I can't fit the whole word, so we made up a code. And then your action plan. So what are you going to do going forward? Just 4 simple questions. You can fill it in as much or as little as you'd like. And this is more for you. I do ask that everybody get this back to me by next Wednesday, the 16th. And when you send it back to me, can you please just write in the email what our relationship will look like going forward? So, hey, Jess, I'd really love to still, have a coaching relationship with you. Can we do bi-weekly Tuesdays? And then I'll come back with you. It may be one time on Tuesday. It may be no times on Tuesday because I don't have it available. It may be 3 times on Tuesday that I have available. And it'll be a 30-minute conversation. You may just say, I would love to touch base once a month. We're still going to pick that day and time, and if we need to move it around, we can. But it's better to have it planned in on the calendar so that we both remember to do it. Okay. Those of you that are in Tracy's territory, you can still email this back to me and let me know what you're looking for. And then when she gets back at the beginning of June, I'll forward her the information. Okay. So for Ada and Deborah.
Okay.
Perfect. Any questions on this?
No.
Fantastic. It's pretty straightforward. It's a pretty easy one. And then I asked you these questions. So let's do some, thinking about the program, what we've gotten out of it. If there's something that you didn't see that you were expecting or something maybe you'd like to see, I have a feeling going over the maybe next year or so, we'll probably be doing some revamping to the program. So I'd love to hear feedback. But really think about this because we went through planning, we went through scheduling, we went through your calendar, right? Now that you're not going to be dedicating this time to the LDP in the future, which is the Leadership Development Program, how do you plan to spend this time? So you've truly got 3 hours, 2 times a week that you dedicate just to this program. And we know it's much more, right? Because you had to do those application guides. So it's really probably 4 to 6 hours, right? Every 2 weeks that now you've got time to spend on something else. So what are you going to do with that time, that free time you have now?
I think for me is I'm meeting with one of my team members this afternoon, is that going over what I have learned to help her grow. And And I know that'll take probably a couple of hours, but I think looking my goal setting, because some of my team goal setting was too high, so go back and revamp that. And I think that's basically my two areas I want to work with.
So working with coaching your downline and then going through your goal setting and planning pretty
Right.
much, right? Good.
Right.
Great. So you're devoting time back to the business, right?
Correct.
Great. I mean, I've heard people say I'm going to take a nap, so that's why I'm asking. I mean, it can be
Well, I would like
personal, it
to-
can be professional, whatever you want. I mean, it's your time.
Exactly. I know I wanted to take a nap after yesterday. I had an event Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh
So
my goodness.
I took this morning and I'm like, I did nothing.
You have to.
Yeah.
Yep. You need that recuperation time too, so that's fine.
Right.
Anybody else?
For me, I will do the same. I will coach my team more in this time. So I will definitely do more coaching.
Wonderful. So really take the time, whether it's 4 hours. I mean, you can guarantee it's at least 4 hours that you're getting back of your time. So that's good, right? So it's just about now, how are you going to be productive with it? Are you going to use it for Avon time? So remember, we added that time together, and some of you were working 15 hours. You were right now, counting the leadership development program as part of those 15 hours. Now you can take those 4 hours back and put it into the business where it needs to be, right?
For me, I'm gonna continue to work the flea market on Saturdays. I'm gonna work with my team and try and coach, try to encourage them on what I learned. I'm gonna go back and review
Good.
because it was a lot of stuff going on during this time, and it just seemed like a lot was coming at me.
Yeah.
So I am gonna take some time out to review everything that I've learned in the coaching. And once I do that, I'm going to continue to work with my group and recruit. I need to recruit more people. So recruiting and working my flea market on Saturdays.
Great. Great job, Ada. Yeah. So a lot of you put on there as one of the, if you remember in the last one, the working the plan, most of you put in there that one of the gaps was recruiting, right? So Ada just touched on it. She's going to take some of that time back and she's going to get out there and recruit. Great. Anything else?
I'm going to work on a new neighborhood. I'm going to put out brochures and I'm going to put a recruiting flyer in the brochure.
Fantastic. Great. So yeah, this frees up some time for you, right? I know Mondays are one of your really busy days, so you're happy to have your Monday back, I'm sure, right?
Absolutely.
And then you've got some more time during the week now that you can dedicate to canvassing neighborhoods, making that recruiting flyer that you're going to put in the books, stuffing the books, all of it, right? Doing all of that. So great. Yeah. Wonderful. Well, you guys, did you want to say something, Sandy?
Yeah, I was just going to work more on recruiting, and I know that on Mondays I'm going to try to do all my deliveries on Mondays because now I'm doing it on Tuesday and Wednesday, so that's taking up time. But I'm going to work more on recruiting and working with my team.
Good. So Mondays are back. You can have your Mondays back too, like Jackie, right? Jackie and Tommy, and you can get out there and deliver everything. And then now you've got your Tuesdays and Wednesdays to get back to recruiting and spending time with your team and coaching and developing, right? Love it. Yeah, you guys all have kind of on the same page. It's a lot of time to get back, though. It really is. That's why I love this question, because you're probably thinking, oh man, I didn't realize I was putting so much time into this, but you really do. It really is a lot of time dedication. So I love all of those wonderful ideas that you're going to start putting back into the business. Well, fantastic. Is there anything anybody wants to bring to the table as far as biggest takeaway? Based on kind of the conversation we just had, I got some of your biggest takeaways, but biggest takeaway, anything you would have liked to have seen in the program? Either or. or both?
Not for me. I think it pretty much covered a lot of the areas that I struggle with. So it was very beneficial for me.
Okay. And you guys may look back at those competencies as you're going through them, and you may discover something on there again that you wish. Obviously, we can't cover every single one of those competencies. I remember if you went back to our kickoff conversation, a lot of us we talked about how some of them all go together, and we do cover them a little bit, but there's still some on there that we didn't cover at all. So I mean, and it obviously in 12 weeks we can't cover all of it, right? We can't cover all of the content that's in those competencies, but we try to cover, the ones that we hear, like Deborah said, that we hear from all of you that you do struggle with the most. Anybody else?
My takeaway was that helped me is writing things down. That was a lot of things I try to keep in my head, but this class made me write things down, and then me looking at what I wrote down, it helped me much more than trying to remember everything.
Good. So as far as like
schedule,
yeah, perfect. So as far as like scheduling, planning, writing all those actions down, right? All of those things that you wanted to get to and achieve. Good. What else? No? Yeah, I mean, we talked a lot about it on our last call, right? On Friday, I think we got into this a little bit, which is good, which is fantastic. So, anything non-leadership development program related that we need to talk about? Is there anything out there that we need to discuss? Or any questions? Negatory. Well, good. You guys are an easy crowd today. I think you just want this to be over. You're like, can we just be done? Right?
No, not really.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. Well, if there's nothing else, then congratulations. You guys did it. I really truly am. This is fantastic. Each and every class has been just so fantastic. And, I really appreciate hearing from each and every one of you and you guys stepping outside of your comfort zone and stepping outside of the box and really putting your heart and soul into this program. Truly, what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. And I hope that you've seen that. It really is, it's been just it's been such an eye-opening program for me as well. And I've learned so much along the way from each and every one of you. And I hope that you've learned from each other and that you'll take all of the tools that have been given to you over the past 12 weeks and really utilize them in the business. And like Ada said, continue to look back at them, continue to challenge yourself and continue to grow and develop your business. If there's anything you need from me, I am here for you no matter what. Just make sure, you kind of let me know what you're looking for. What are you needing? What are you looking for? Be very open with what that is. Dream big, create your own future. Take that goal setting module and that planning module and really, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to continue that not only with yourself, but with your downline. Every 6 campaigns, right? Really look back at it, redo it. You can take a blank one and continue to do that. We can also do it together. Again, that's what I'm here for. But I hope that you guys, also will look at the new Facebook group that you're going to join and all of the alumni that are in the area and really, build that relationship with each other. There's probably going to be a lot of people on there that you already know and have a relationship with, but maybe not. And continue to ask questions on there and utilize each other, Share successes. If there's something that went really, really great and you want to let us all know, share it on there. And I'll be moving you guys all over probably within the next couple days. Ada and Deborah, if you're on Tracy's, she'll move you over when she gets back, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, and then just
Okay.
have that application guide back to me on the 16th. Let me know what the continued coaching conversations are going to look like. So best day of the week for you, and then whether you want bi-weekly, whether you want monthly, whether you're like, I don't really know at this time, but I'd still love to hear from you, that's fine too. I have a blocked out space every campaign that I just call alumni. So I just randomly will like text you or call you, or I'll look up your information on Vibe and I'll be like, hey, what's going on here? Or, just so we have that continued conversation and that continued line of communication. So if there's nothing else, I want to just tell everybody congratulations. You'll be getting a completion certificate from me via email. And then I also like to send them out via snail mail. So I print them all out for you on cardstock and send them. So you'll be getting it from me in the mail as well. Give me a few weeks just because we have all these tributes coming up over the next few weeks, but definitely look for them within the next, I would say 2 to 3 weeks, start to look for them. And sometimes I'll text you and let you know that I sent it out. So, well, congratulations, everybody. You did it. You should be so proud of yourself. And I look forward to continued success. And I will talk to everybody soon. Any questions? Anybody need anything?
Oh, thank you so much for standing in for Tracy. I know we really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Anything I could do for her. She's my buddy. So
And thanks also.
you are welcome. Thanks to both of you too for really stepping in and, contributing too. We appreciate it. So
Thank you, Jessica.
thank you,
Thank
Cynthia.
you, Jessica.
Thank you, Sandy. Thanks, Jackie and Tommy. It was such a pleasure, to really get to know all of you and really hear all of your great ideas and everything going on in the business. I really appreciate it. And I will see many of you on Thursday. I cannot wait to celebrate at the tribute. So I will see you all soon. Take care.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of
Thank
the
you.
week. Let me know if you
Thank
need
you.
anything. Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.